everybody. Today I want to talk to you about Hazel. Hazel is basically a file monitoring application that you can use to keep your desktop clean, like so. So here's Hazel. It has a sweeping icon that's right up here. And all you do is open the Hazel interface. And so I have a few Hazel rules. So before we get into the Hazel rules, let's look at this desktop clutter folder here. So I created this folder, and I chose to drop in basically files that are just sitting on the desktop or haven't been used in a while. They're just sitting on the desktop and they aren't being used for anything. So files in this main directory, desktop clutter, I called it, will sit here for about a week before being moved over to one of, I think, 3 folders, which is this one: docs, IMGs for images, and then screenshots. And now we're going to go through the projects, or not, the rules rather, for Hazel that makes this possible. And one last folder that I have to show you guys. If we go here, Google Drive, and then in the drive, let's order it by kind. Let's see what it does. And okay, it's not coming up. So let's do date added. Here we go. So now I have the screenshots that are a month old from this folder go over to Google Drive and go land in this folder. And we're going to take a look today at how this is accomplished. So the first thing we'll take a look at is all the desktop folder monitoring. So here we have the first rule for desktop. So Hazel monitors clutter, any files that appear in the desktop, and it looks at the date they were last opened. If it is before this week, meaning it was sometime last week, it would move it. So it would open. You look at the date last opened and date added. So those are the 2 parameters that I have for a folder. Anyway, so if it meets these 2 parameters, it moves the items into the desktop clutter folder, and they would just sit in a week for a while before needing to be moved somewhere else. Now, let's take a look at the desktop clutter folder, which is this one. Okay, first we were looking at monitoring the desktop itself. Now we are looking to monitor the desktop clutter folder. So it has a few rules. Here's the first one. If it is a document, it gets moved to Docs. If it is a PDF, it gets moved to Docs. Then the same rules apply. Date last opened and date added. That's one rule for that folder. Image, and we called it Docs sort. Now the next one, if it is an image or a JPG, now same thing applies. If it has the JPG extension, and eventually I'll add more extensions, they get moved to the IMG folder, and so on. And it looks at the rules with a certain order. So these rules here can be moved up and down like so, and that's how they are determined which rule or which condition takes priority. So it looks at all these, and then if they match, they move them to this folder. And same thing with the screenshot sort. But the screenshot sort has one different condition. Because all my screenshots now have the name CleanShot in them, it first looks at that, then the date last opened, and then the date added, and then moves it to the folder within this folder called Desktop Screenshots. Now, one last rule, and I believe it's down here called Screenshots. It looks at the folder in here called Screenshots, and then it looks at the date added. If it's greater than is before this month, so at least a month old, it moves all of it to Screenshot Clutter on Google Drive. And the reason I only needed this, which is the date added condition, is because it's already looking in the screenshots folder within the this desktop clutter folder. And that's how I manage to keep my desktop from looking like this. Here we'll see an image. Oops. Go to pictures. And this is how I prevent my desktop from looking something like this. And to looking like this. And it's clean, simple, and no clutter. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. If you'd like to try out Hazel, I will have a link for you in the description below, because it's definitely a must-have. And no, I am not sponsored by Hazel in any way. And the company that makes Hazel is called, I believe, Noodlesoft. But I have Hazel on all 3 of my Macs. So it's a awesome program, and you should definitely try it for your file management automation needs and decluttering, obviously. Decluttering is basically file management on the desktop. Alright, guys, that's all I have for you today. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with others that might enjoy it. And I will see you all in the next video.